Greetings everyone, my name is Jonathan Bailey and I'm from the website Plagiarism Today, which can be found at plagiarismtoday.com. Happy Friday everyone, I hope you're looking forward to the weekend, and I'm sorry I missed yesterday's vlog, too much stuff going on, but since it is Friday we will continue the tradition that I have stated over the past month, and we will be talking about tech stuff. And since I have a particularly strong obsession with web browsers, we're going to continue that focus and talk about web browsers some. And I think it's interesting because the big news this week actually is in the mobile space. Chrome was released for the iPhone and iOS platform, and it's already launched up to #1, the free apps in the App Store. It's a huge, huge deal. And I've got to say, I'm very excited about this. Now, I don't talk a lot about mobile browsers because I don't really use them that much. And I don't really use them because I don't really like them and I don't really need them. Most of the news sites I routinely read have apps available for the iPhone. I play some games, weather apps. Basically, everything I do on the iPhone, with a few exceptions, is handled through various apps. I don't typically open up Safari, and one of the reasons is I just don't really like Safari on the iPhone. I think it's a functional browser. It gets the job done. I certainly don't have any major beef with it. I don't think it's like an inadequate browser, but let's face it, it is a little bit sluggish, and even on the more recent iPhones, it just doesn't seem to pull its own weight adequately. So I was really excited to hear that Chrome had come out on the iPhone. Maybe this would motivate me to use the phone a little bit more for browsing, but unfortunately I quickly got doused back into reality on it, at least a little bit, because it turns out even though it's WebKit based, it's only WebKit based because, as we all know, Safari is WebKit based too. And unfortunately with the iPhone, you have to, or iOS in general, you have to use the built-in sort of the built-in rendering engine rather than create your own browser from scratch. So Chrome was not able to use their own rendering engine, their own variation of WebKit. They were not able, more importantly, to use their own JavaScript rendering engine. So basically it's a shell around Apple's mobile Safari. But it's actually quite an impressive shell. It does a lot of things very, very well. I've got it up. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I can't see it. But the point is, it's actually got very, very good screen real estate. You get to see much more of the screen than you would otherwise. And also, it's relatively quick. The UI is very fast. I like the way it does tab management in this. I like the swipe, and I like being able to just open up all the tabs at once. And also being able to open up unlimited tabs is a pretty big deal. Because even though I don't use it that often, I don't close tabs very often either. And when I forget to, I constantly get that you're out of tabs error message, even though I haven't perhaps used Safari in a couple of days. So that's pretty cool too. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually use the syncing feature it has, where it syncs with your desktop version. I'm not sure I'm going to use that in iOS 6 with Safari either, to be frank. But yeah, it's a really, really slick browser. I've only had time to dabble with it, but it's already been, it's already in my browser in my dock. It's already bested Safari for that slot. And I have used Opera on the iPhone as well. I didn't particularly care for it. It was faster, but since it kind of skirts those aforementioned issues with having to use WebKit by having it only pull from Opera's servers. This is a weird thing where it's not reading web pages, it's reading this weird code that comes from Opera. It's kind of bizarre. They're able to get around those limitations, but it felt less reliable. It felt less, I don't know, it felt like you were living a little more dangerously than I wanted to. Well, so all in all, what I wanted to say with this particular episode was, if you have an iPhone and you haven't grabbed Chrome for it, give it a shot, give it a try, you might like it. However, the biggest problem is, and this once again is a limitation of iOS, is that you're not going to be able to set it as the default browser. You are going to have to just keep it in the dock and open it by hand. So anytime you click a link in like Mail or something, it's going to open up in Safari still. And that to me is a big disappointment. One of those areas where I really think Android has a legitimate and significant advantage over iOS. One of those things I'll be considering in a couple of months when my contract's up. Well, on that note, check out Chrome, and until next time, this is Jonathan Bailey, signing off.